Hey guys, so if you're like me, sometimes you will go to the RuneScape Twitch section and you will see who's streaming. You'll see plenty of good streamers up there, you know, SparkMac, Mr. No Sleep, Brungus, and you'll notice in there that there is a double XP weekend stream that you've seen this before. You know, obviously know that this is a fake phishing attempt, or maybe you don't know this because I've talked about this before in the past, that these people will just view bot these streams and then give you a link to their RuneScape section or to their fake RuneScape login. They'll just create a web page that looks and feels like an authentic RuneScape web page, right? Like you'll think that you're actually logging in if you don't know this stuff, but you're not. You're just logging into some fake website. I mean, if you are, you know, half asleep or drunk or something, and you're just watching this, you might be convinced to go click on this. Well, you guys have seen this all before, right? People create a job out of this, like, you know, like they become high school rich out of this, where you know, like you have $1,000 because you sold some gold on RuneScape, and you know you're the man. You can go buy Taco Bell anytime you want. You know, you can just go out to lunch during, you know, lunch when everyone's just sitting there. You know, great. You know, high school rich. That bullshit. Well, many of you guys probably know one way or another about these RuneScape phishing streams that just try to hack people. One of which you're seeing in the background right now. I actually put the URL of their phishing website in the email/username section just so you guys could see how it was a fake URL and how they were just actually trying to hack people. I even reported the stream. Whenever you see these streams, just make sure you report them too, because they go down pretty fast. Twitch is pretty good with that stuff. But out of all of these streams that I've seen, they normally just try to be deceptive in one way or another, but they never really cross the line. I mean, even though I think account phishing is scummy and hacking people with a false pretense that you actually are Jagex or you're trying to run the scam that you have some double XP thing, you know, just trying to deceive people that are more likely than not just casual players, because let's be real, anyone that kind of falls for this stuff, I mean, unless it's just kind of like a late night mistake that you make, or you've just never seen it before, even though you've been playing for a long time, but obviously it's very here and there. Mainly just people that don't play this game that much and maybe only have about 500k, 1 mil, 2 mil, you know, maybe they have a couple mil because their friend gave them some money or something. It's just casual players or people that don't really understand the game too much. These are the people that are actually falling for this scam. It's only on a certain level of scumminess. I mean, of course it's bad, but it's not as bad as, I don't know, maybe faking the death of a streamer. Because I came across this the other day, and I've seen this before. Phishers and hackers are always trying to think of new ways to, you know, obviously hack people. And the recent trend that these hackers are actually following is they'll pretend to be a RuneScape live streamer that is either quitting or something bad has happened to them. And they'll just say, oh, I'm quitting. I made a blog post about it on the RuneScape forums, which is really weird. Go and check it out down below, even though a lot of these people will have YouTubes and they'll have Twitter, social media, and everything. It doesn't really add up. But look at this. Tony passed away. RIP. That's RS Glory and Gold, which, for those who don't know, Tony is an older streamer. He is somewhere in his 60s, and he streams RuneScape for fun. He's retired. He's been doing this for a couple months, and he's actually a pretty genuine guy, even though he was involved in, you know, a little bit of drama, I want to say a couple weeks ago or whatever it is. But when it comes down to it, he's a decent guy. He's just an older man that just enjoys playing RuneScape. He enjoys the interaction with people, and he actually does like what he is doing. Well, these guys that are running these fake streams that are trying to hack people have really crossed the line here, in my opinion. I get that it's one thing to try to hack people with the false pretense that you're doing a double XP stream or a double XP giveaway. You know, RuneScape is doing this double XP weekend thing, or, you know, a streamer has quit. But to go above and beyond and say that this guy died, this old man just died, you know, someone who enjoys streaming RuneScape and interacting with his fans, how messed up is that? I mean, the only reason why I even made this video is to just ask, is there ever going to be a plateau for any of this? Is there any sort of drop-off point when people realize that maybe you shouldn't cross that line? I mean, obviously the RuneScape community is known in part for being a bit scummy when it comes to things, and I mean, obviously there are going to be bad parts to every community, and there's both good parts to it as well, but come on. I don't know what you guys are even thinking here. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, this deserved more than just a tweet. I like to be able to expose things where people could potentially get scammed or hacked or anything, you know. when there's items that are not the correct value, or there's a new scam that people are running that some people are actually falling for, or there is a way that people are getting hacked. I like to expose that stuff because I like to have you guys know on some level that this stuff is happening. And of course, whenever I do make these videos, I always like to tell Ronan, or I always like to tell someone at Jagex that this stuff is actually happening. But more often than not, I'm going to say 99 or 100% of the time, they know it before I even say anything. I just like to get it exposed so people will fall for it a lot less. And of course, everyone jokes and says thanks for the new money-making method, but it has actually helped people before out in the past, and people have actually tweeted me telling me this stuff, so I'm glad that it does actually help. But when it comes to scams, there's always a certain level or a certain line that shouldn't ever really be crossed. You shouldn't really fake the death of someone or fake someone's death just to exploit people for money. It's not really right on any sort of level, and I guess that's too much of a personal interjection here. I mean, maybe you guys have a different opinion on that, but there's something you really shouldn't cross, or there's some things you really shouldn't do for money or try to scam people for money, and I feel like this kind of crosses the line. So really the point of why I'm even making this video is to just expose this stuff. I mean, obviously it's interesting to see a side to the community that people may not really see too often. You know, of course, that side being the hacks and scams of all that, but I just want you guys to be safe when it comes to this stuff. So I do like to make videos about this every now and then. I mean, I try not to spam this stuff too much, but I really do like to make videos about these topics. And for those that do watch these videos and think that there's not really a point to them, I will say that when I made a video about the TeamViewer scam, some guy offered me a lot of money to actually remove the video. I mean, obviously I didn't remove the video, but it just goes to show that these dumb scams do actually work, guys. I mean, he wouldn't have come to me unless it was affecting him in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, hopefully you guys do know about this stuff and you can know that it's all fake. I mean, it's really pathetic. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Why am I still getting hate?